What's up guys? Cam back again with another video. We're going to be doing another review here at Grapplers Graveyard, so tune in for this. This review is going to be on wrestling headgear, which gear we bought a couple, when I say a couple, we bought about 4 pairs of wrestling headgear here, some of the best on the market. Wanted to try them out, test them this week to go ahead and get back to you guys which one is ultimately the best. At the end of the day, what I've noticed with a lot of these pieces of headgear and equipment, a lot of them are really good and have a lot of really good things, but there are one in particular that I'm not too excited about when I had the time to actually train with these on. About a year ago, I had, maybe I'll put a picture up right here. You know, at the end of the day, we wear this type of equipment to prevent cauliflower ear. A lot of people always come to me and talk to me about jiu-jitsu or wrestling or anything along those lines, and they think cauliflower ear is some disgusting thing. Really, all that it is an ear deformity. We wear this equipment to be able to prevent it from happening in the first place, one, or stop it from being a nuisance when you actually get it. Because if you actually have gotten it before, or at least have had the swelling, you know that it's a pain in the ass to deal with. Sleeping on your head, or on that ear specifically, whichever one you get it on, hurts. It's not fun at the end of the day. So we wear this type of stuff to be able to prevent that from happening or to stop it from getting worse. The first one that we're going to be talking about is going to be the headgear from Matman. Now Matman is a small business. Again, this is like this is my personal favorite when it comes down to actual headgear that I wear and train with. There are some that have a little bit softer ear cushioning here, but in terms of like actual fit on the head, as well as easeability of adjusting and everything along those lines, this is my personal favorite. As you'll find out with some of the other ones here, some of them can kind of be a pain in the ass to adjust and fix, and may have like the things that, you know, this specific headgear doesn't necessarily have. What I love most about this is this little piece right here. As you know, when you put on the headgear, let's go ahead and put it on. You'll go ahead and have the protection on your ears. The protection here, I don't know if you can hear that, but nonetheless, it is very solid. It feels really good on your head once you adjust it. And then the key part here that I love most about this headgear is gonna be this strap again. Right, once it's put up on your neck, the biggest issue with some of these headgears is that it'll move and maneuver, and you can feel that Velcro cutting your neck and can be kind of a nuisance when you're actually training. If you're wanting to avoid that, I think that the Matman headgear, because of this little piece here, it's nice and soft, kind of squishy. It eliminates that scratchiness and those cuts from actually happening in the first place. So that's why I think I like this one the most. This is my personal pick. It's what I currently train with whenever I have any flare-ups on my ears or anything along. The next piece of headgear that we're going to be talking about is going to be the one from Adidas. Now, the first thing that I personally noticed when I started training with these and started trying and testing these things out is that these things are a million times softer than even the Matman that I personally train with. So I love that off the bat. There are plenty of options in terms of colorway for Adidas headgear. So if your school is sponsored by Adidas or you just like rocking Adidas stuff, I think that these are probably the best overall headgear that I'm going to be actually talking about today, just because of how good they feel on the outside, how protective they ultimately are. All these headgear are going to be protective of your ears. That's the whole point of actually having them in the first place. I think the biggest difference between each pair of headgear is going to be the feel and ultimately like the designs and things that kind of necessarily some people care about, some people don't, some people just want functionality, and that's totally fine as well. But let's go ahead and put these on, talk a little bit more about why I think these are the best overall. Again, putting it actually on your head here, it does feel very protective. At the end of the day, these are going to be super protective of your ears to prevent any type of cauliflower ear from either spurring up in the first place or getting any worse. The part that I love that you'll probably notice here that's different than the Matman that we had just talked about is this specific chin strap. Now, the chin strap, some people will like it, some people won't. I am iffy on it, but nonetheless, I think it's cool that it actually provides that stability that people are looking for when you're actually rolling or wrestling. Nonetheless, the one thing that I didn't like about this headgear is how much harder it is to adjust these. I know it's a one-time thing. I know it's kind of small to be able to even say that that's like the nitpicky thing that I'm going to say. But, you know, adjusting the headgear, all you really have to do is one time and then you're pretty much set. But at the end of the day, it was kind of a little harder. Actually, it was way harder than it was to adjust this one specifically than the Matman. The Matman did have only straps that were super easy to be able to just pull on and off, and then you adjust on your head accordingly, right? But this one, you have to kind of like dig inside here, pull and maneuver straps and whatnot. Some people care about that. I know it was one of the points that I kind of wrote down here in terms of actually liking it. Now, the cool thing about this headgear, at the end of the day, you can like fix how this is actually like this little piece right here. You can cross them over to be able to make it fit your head in some type of way, or just make it fit in a little bit of have a different feel on your head. That's a personal preference at the end of the day. If you know how to do that, you can go ahead and do that. But nonetheless, I believe that the Adidas headgear in pretty much any colorway that you can get your hands on is probably the best overall headgear on the market currently. Again, my personal pick that I train with is the Matman, just for the easeability of adjusting. But if you can get over the fact that this is a little bit harder to adjust than the Matman, then I think this is a great option for you. Okay, so the next piece of headgear that we're going to be talking about is the headgear from Cliff Keen. Now, what I like most about this is that it kind of combines what I like from the Matman and Adidas kind of in one, right? The cushioning here on the side that actually protects your ears is much like the Adidas headgear. You kind of get that soft, squishy membrane foam feel on your ears, so it feels really nice on your face when you're actually wearing this. It also comes with the adjustable straps that are Velcro that the Matman does come with, so I think this is a pretty versatile headgear at the end of the day, right? Like I said, it combines what I like from the Matman and what I like from the Adidas into kind of one thing, right? It also does have this chin strap that rests right underneath your neck to kind of prevent that scratchiness from happening. And it is buckled, right? So you can just buckle it in and out. Comes here, pretty easy to be able to put on and pull off. At the end of the day, I think this is a great headgear, but the one critique I do have is the actual protection on the ear. Now, if you can see this, let me go ahead and focus this just a little bit more. You can kind of see that I can push this in and kind of dent it, right? If you get hit hard enough, that might be a personal preference, but if you get hit hard enough here, it is a little bendy and a little flexible. On those other headgears, you are not being able to do that. You can literally punch yourself in the ear and not feel a thing. What I'm worried most about is this piece of plastic here. It does feel a little bendy, a little bit less supportive over your ear protection in terms of the ones that we've actually talked about earlier in this video. Cliff Keen does come with a lot of different colorways, so and this is a staple brand at the end of the day. If you prefer having like matching headgear, matching singlets, shoes, everything along those lines, I don't think you can go wrong with the Cliff Keen, but it is just something to keep in mind about the ear protection. I think it's better on the other two options that we did talk about earlier, but nonetheless, still a great set of headgear, no real issues whatsoever. Super easy to adjust, feels good on the face, everything along those lines. So again, great piece of headgear here from Cliff. Now, the last one that we're going to be talking about today, a little bit of a different feel to them. I don't know how I feel too much about them, to be completely honest. I've had headgear similar to this, but this is the one from Gold BJJ. Gold BJJ is obviously a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gear company, but if you train any type of grappling martial art, whether that is wrestling or Jiu-Jitsu, or if you fight MMA, you're probably going to end up seeing this brand somewhere. They have great gis, great rash guards, great spats. All their stuff is really awesome and comfortable, but I'm not really a fan of their headgear for a number of reasons, right? At the end of the day, if you're a wrestler, don't go with this. These are probably more suited for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys or girls, whoever's training Jiu-Jitsu. It does fit a little funny on the head. Again, I don't think that the ear protection is all too big. Doesn't really feel, I mean, it feels harder, honestly, than the Cliff Keen, to be completely honest. But nonetheless, it just, again, it fits weird on the head. The strap here is kind of hard to pull. Almost feels like you're choking yourself at times when you're actually trying to put this on, even when you adjust this. It has, you know, like almost like a mini guillotine on you. But I don't necessarily, this is the most affordable option on the list that I did create. So if you're looking for just something really cheap that, you know, you can buy and just go and train with, that you just need immediately, I think this is a good option. But in terms of longevity, again, my personal option that I choose is Matman. But if you're an actual wrestler, I think that, you know, the Adidas or the Cliff Keen are going to be your go-to options, not anything from Gold BJJ. While I want to be respectful of the company, because again, I like their gear, their rash guards, their gis, everything along those lines, I'm just not personally a fan of the headgear. Don't necessarily think that you should be spending your money on them in terms of headgear. Now, again, headgear is ultimately used to protect us from developing or having our cauliflower ear get worse. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope you enjoyed the quick breakdown of each headgear. If you ultimately end up deciding to go and purchase some of these headgears, you can go ahead and check the link in my bio to see the full written list. For all of you guys that don't know, I do write out all of these reviews and put them in written form for you to read. So however you want to produce or consume the content, you can find it here at Grapplers Graveyard. Again, my name is Cameron. I am the founder, and I appreciate each and every single one of you guys tuning into this video, wherever you guys are from. If you guys want, leave a comment below where you train, how long you've been training. I want to hear from you guys. I want to connect with you. At the end of the day, that's what this whole thing is all about. I love this community. I love what grappling and martial arts has done for me personally. And I just want to continue to be a great athlete, continue to help each and every single one of you guys along your journey, wherever you guys are, in whatever part of the world that you guys are in. If you guys like this video, please feel free to like, subscribe. Remember to leave a comment where you train and how long you've been training down below. Hope to hear from you guys soon. Peace out, guys.